Zach Wheeler has given up 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts. He'll try and get back to center at home against the Marlins. Detroit and Pittsburgh continue their battle of strong offense and mediocre pitching in the Steel City. And can Robbie Ray finally put a good outing together in a Padres uniform? We'll break down all of this and more on today's episode of The Jungle. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to The Jungle, where we live by a code of 3 simple rules. We don't eat loose candies. We don't wear a shirt when we swim, and we never, ever parlay. My government name is Patrick. I go by Silverback, or SB. If you're in a hurry, I handicap and produce every single Major League Baseball game every single day, along with college football, the NFL, the NBA, and college basketball. Treat the videos like a menu. Take what you want and leave what you don't. I'm not going to get every single game right. Nobody does. The best in the world hits 60%, if that. What I do is provide professional handicapping edges and angles to help you formulate your own opinions, to make your own bets, or tail mine. I don't bet every single game. I bet roughly 3 to 5 plays per day, depending on the slate. If you want to roll with me and bet what I'm betting, you can do that in a few different ways. You can become a Jungle member, and as a member, receive my full betting card sent to your phone every single morning, along with access to our members-only Discord. It's a great community and a direct line to me if you let me to opine at any other bet that you are considering placing. You can purchase my full card for just a single day for $15. Get everything that I bet personally, or if you want just my favorite single play of the day, the one I love the most, you can get that for just $5. It's called my $5 favorite, and it's in the game between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds on Tuesday. We also have many different options for college football, NFL, combination packages. Go to silverbackjungle.com to check out all of the options, or click the link in the comments section to get you there faster. Tuesday's Daily Sizzler is brought to you by mybookie.ag. Anytime you shop for anything, you should always look for the best price. If you don't, you're leaving money on the table, Jack. mybookie.ag has some of the most competitive prices and best lines in the industry, and they have a deal for Jungle viewers. Go to mybookie.ag today and open up a new account using promo code Silverback in all capital letters. We're going to Fenway for the sizzle. It's in between the Diamondbacks and the Red Sox starting pitching matchup. Let's get into a Merrill Kelly for the Snakes and Ranger Danger Suarez for the Red Sox. Merrill Kelly started to regress a little bit back to how he started the season. He's now allowed 12 earned runs across his last 15 and 2/3 innings. But sprinkled in between those recent bad outings, he's had some really strong starts. 1 earned run allowed in a win over the Dodgers August 7th. No earned runs allowed in a win over the Pirates July 27th. And 2 consecutive starts, July 9th and 17th, in which he went 12 combined innings, allowing just 2 earned runs to the Padres and Cardinals. Now, Ranger Suarez is the better option. He's having a good season, a 3.25 ERA and a 1.19 whip, both numbers better than average. He's going through it a little bit, though. 3 earned runs allowed in 3 of his last 5 starts. And this is a Diamondbacks offense that's number 1 in Major League Baseball from a team average standpoint against left-handed pitching. And remember, Ranger Suarez played in the National League for a long time. And if you look at the numbers of this current Diamondbacks lineup against Ranger Suarez, a really big sample size, a strong sample size, it's eye-popping. Let's go over it. In 28 at-bats, against Suarez, Vargas batting .450 in 28 at-bats. In 18 at-bats against Suarez, Marte batting .444. In 10 at-bats, Corbin Carroll batting .400 with 7 RBIs. In 12 at-bats, Perdomo batting .500. Interesting. Bullpen-wise, Arizona's 14th in the Jungle, Boston is 4th. But in snapshot form, Arizona is 4th. They're in very good form. Boston is 5th. Offensively, Arizona's a B- for the season. The Red Sox are a C+. In the last 30 days, the Diamondbacks are operating 9% above the league average offensively. Boston 4% above. And in the last 3 games, Arizona has an .847 on base plus slugging. For reference, league average is .710. Boston 670 Arizona holds the offensive edge. These bullpens are in very similar form right now. The Red Sox offense is on a downswing, and frankly, I don't think they're that good. Merrill Kelly can limit them. We went over the Diamondbacks' success against Suarez historically in a strong sample size. And Arizona's offense right now is one of the hottest and best in baseball. I think this game is mispriced. It opened up at plus 150 on Kalshi for the Diamondbacks money line. That's where I'm going, Arizona money line. Yankees at Baltimore, Will Warren, WW versus Shane Baz. I think there's some reason for concern here amongst Yankees fans when it comes to Will Warren. 14 earned runs across his last 19 starts, a 4.42 ERA and a 1.41 whip. He's a starting pitcher that relies heavily on run support, and that Yankees offense has been dry, Jack. I have to give the edge to Shane Baz. Even though he's coming off of a rough outing against Minnesota, he has better season numbers than Will Warren. And before his most previous start, 3 of his last 4 have been quality starts. Bullpen-wise, Yankees are 9th, Baltimore's 12th. In snapshot form, Yankees 3rd, Baltimore 13th. The Yankees hold the edge. Offensively, New York's a B-, Baltimore's a C+. In the last 30 days, the Yankees 7% below the league average, Baltimore 2% above. And in the last 3 games, the Yankees have a league low 489 on base plus slugging. Baltimore, 815. Baltimore right now, much better form. They actually scored more runs than the Yankees all season, if you can believe that. I like the Orioles here at home on the money line. It opened at minus 110. Detroit at Pittsburgh, Cater Montero versus the Wizard, Braxton Ashcraft. 2 out of 3 quality starts, most recently for Montero. He has been the Tigers' best and most reliable current starting pitcher on the staff. His 3.22 ERA is 15th best in baseball, and his 0.99 whip is 6th best. He holds the edge over Braxton Ashcraft. Ashcraft is a good starting pitcher. Top 11 in strikeouts, has great swing and miss stuff. He's coming off a complete game against the Miami Marlins, but his floor is much lower than Montero's. 7 earned runs allowed to the Yankees July 20th, 4 to the Cubs July 26th, and 4 to the Brewers August 6th. You're not going to see those kind of bad outings from Montero. Bullpen-wise, Detroit's 25th and Pittsburgh is 16th. Snapshot, they're in the same spot. Detroit 25th, Pittsburgh still 16th. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. Offensively, Detroit's a B-, Pittsburgh's a B. Last 30 days, Detroit much better, 7% above average. The Pirates 4% below. In the last 3 games, the Tigers have a 728 on base plus slugging. Pittsburgh 713. The Tigers hold the edge. These are 2 strong offenses, with Detroit's being in much better form at the moment. I think that Montero can limit the damage better than Ashcraft can. And the Pirates bullpen doesn't scare me that much. It's better, but not a ton better than the Tigers. Give me Detroit on the money line. It opened at plus 105. Miami at Philadelphia. Bienvenido a Miami. No official start yet for the Fish. It's Zach Attack Wheeler for the Phillies. 2.89 ERA and a 1 flat whip for Wheeler puts him in elite company for the season. The problem, however, is that he's allowed 4 or more runs in 3 of his last 4 starts, which is just uncharacteristic, including 5 earned runs in just 3 innings against these here Fishies, July 27th. Bullpen-wise, Miami's 18th, Philadelphia's 11th in snapshot form. Miami's 14th and Philadelphia is 10th. The Phillies hold the edge. Offensively, Miami is a C for their season-wide endeavors. The Phillies' efforts have graded them a C+. Last 30 days, Miami 2% below average, Philadelphia 4% above. In the last 3 games, Miami is 736 on base plus slugging. Philadelphia 905, the Phillies hold the edge. I want to wait and see who Miami starts. I'm going to see if it's Sandy Alcantara. It probably isn't. I don't think he's up yet. So my play is most likely going to be the Phillies here on the run line. But check the comment section after 1 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, and I'll have my play for this game as a pinned comment. San Francisco at Cleveland. Oh, excuse me, Carson Weisenhunt, if you will. Taking on Foster Griffin. 6 starts and 28 innings for Weisenhunt on the season, resulting in an embarrassing 6.11 ERA and a 1.71 whip. In his last 3 starts, he struck out 9 batters and he's walked 10. Foster Griffin holds a very strong advantage over Weisenhunt. Griffin's strikeout numbers have dipped a little bit, and he hasn't been his best in a Guardians uniform, but nonetheless a much better starting pitching option in this matchup. Bullpen-wise, San Francisco is 27th. They stink. Cleveland is 8th. Snapshot form, San Francisco 30th. They stink. Cleveland 9th. Guardians hold the edge. Offensively, San Francisco is a C- for the season, and so is Cleveland. In the last 30 days, the Giants are 4% below average. Guardians 2% below. Last 3 games, San Francisco is 775 OPS. Cleveland 684. The offensive matchup is a stalemate. You know, the Giants' starting pitcher stinks, bullpen stinks, offense stinks. Cleveland uses when they can't keep up with the team offensively. San Francisco is a team that they can swing bat for bat with, along with a much better starting pitcher, much better bullpen, home field advantage. Give me the Guardians on the alternate line of -1. And if you're wondering why I take the alternate line, I don't play anything more expensive than -130. So if I like a team with my handicap and it's more expensive than -130, I'll look to -1 or the run line. If -1 falls in a spot that's better priced than -130, the alternate line of -1, that's where I normally go. If your book doesn't offer -1, DraftKings does, BetRivers does, some of them do, you can get a similar result to that by splitting your wager in half between the run line and the money line, 2 separate wagers. Cincinnati at St. Louis contains my $5 favorite play of the day, Kyle Leahy and Andrew Abbott. It is my favorite play on Tuesday's slate. If you like that play, go to silverbackjungle.com or click the link in your comments section. Toronto at Tampa Bay, Jose Soriano versus Nick Martinez. Soriano, a good starting pitching option at the major league level. Pardon me. He's won more than he's lost, and a bulk of those were with the biggest losing team in baseball, the Angels. He has a very solid 3.16 ERA and 1.25 whip. And he's been good in a Blue Jays uniform, 2 starts and 2 wins against Philadelphia and Boston, in which he allowed a total of just 2 earned runs across 10 2/3 innings. On the other side, tricky Nick Martinez, having a very good season and holds a slight edge in my opinion. Great season numbers for the 36-year-old Miami, Florida native. 12-3 record. His 2.74 ERA is 11th. His 1.09 whip is 14th. And I'll tell you why he's having a better year compared to his normal than some of the bigger names in the veteran spectrum in the senior circuit are like Chris Sale, Jacob deGrom, Nathan Eovaldi, all having off years compared to their norm. But Nick Martinez and Martin Perez of the Braves in that same age demographic having better seasons because veteran pitchers like Martinez and Perez of Atlanta don't rely on the strikeout like the other aging veterans do. You lose that, Jack, as you get older. Father Time is undefeated. But these are 2 veteran pitchers that just know how to get hitters out without relying on velocity. Bullpen-wise, Toronto's 10th, Tampa Bay's 4th. Snapshot-wise, Toronto 11th, Tampa Bay 15th. The Rays hold the edge. Offensively, the Blue Jays are a D+. With the Canadian conversion, they go to a D-. The Rays are a B-. Last 30 days, Toronto 7% below average with the exchange, 8% below average. Tampa Bay 3% above in the last 3 games. The Blue Jays a 664 OPS-A, Tampa Bay 676. The Rays hold the edge. I like Tampa Bay at home on the alternate line of -1. I don't think Toronto can hit with them. San Diego at the Mets, Robbie Ray versus Zach Thornton. Now, Robbie Ray has potential to lock lineups up. We know that. We've seen that with him this year and other years. But since coming to San Diego, it is always difficult working with a new catcher. Listen to this, man, Robbie Ray. 9 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, but here's the telling part. Robbie Ray is a strikeout-dependent pitcher and a very good strikeout pitcher. In 9 innings in a Padres uniform, 8 walks and 6 strikeouts, man. It's crazy. In this matchup, I like the Mets rookie better. Zach Thomas in 8 starts, spanning 45 1/3 innings, has a 2.78 ERA and a 1.10 whip. Bullpen-wise, much different though. San Diego was 2nd, the Mets are 23rd. They traded their good arms or they're on the IL. Snapshot form, San Diego 1st, Mets 26th. Offensively, San Diego's a C+ for the season, and the Mets are a C. In the last 30 days, the Padres are swinging 12% above average, the Mets 3% above. Last 3 games, Padres .790 OPS, Mets 815. San Diego holds the edge. I think that Zach Thornton is a good option over Robbie Ray. I think Robbie Ray could continue to struggle a little bit here for another game or two in a Padres uniform. But I don't trust the Mets bullpen against the Padres bullpen and the Padres offense. Let's take the Mets first 5 innings money line, and I also would strongly consider the game total over. The Athletics at Kansas City, Jackass Perkins versus Daniel Lynch the fourth. Oh, not the third. Opening up a bullpen game. God help us for Kansas City. Let's not mess around here. I'm not going to tickle your balls. Perkins has a 7.27 ERA and has allowed 17 earned runs, for Christ's sake, in his last 13 innings. 2 of the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball. It's a bullpen game for Kansas City. We're going over the total. Seattle at Milwaukee, Bryce Miller versus Kyle Harrison. These are 2 starting pitchers that started the year really well with really good opening numbers. Then the wheels started to fall off for both of them. Bryce Miller, 16 earned runs across his last 21 2/3 innings, and I'm someone who thinks he's overvalued. Kyle Harrison coming off of an 8 earned run performance, allowing 3 home runs to San Diego while walking 3 and only striking 3 out. I would give the slight edge to Harrison, however, in this spot. I think he's a better starting pitcher. His bad days seem to be more one-offs than strung together, like we're seeing from Seattle's Bryce Miller. But in the Seattle offense, Kyle Harrison is a lefty. In the Seattle offense, batting .219 against lefties for the season, which is the lowest in Major League Baseball. Bullpen-wise, the Seattle Mariners bullpen has really regressed, and they feel much, much shame, I'm certain. They're 13th, Milwaukee 6th. Snapshot form, Seattle 24th, Milwaukee 7th. The Brewers hold the edge. Offensively, Seattle's a C-, Milwaukee's a B+. Last 30 days, Seattle 2% below average, Milwaukee 1% above. And in the last 3 games, Seattle's been better. 874 on base plus slugging, Milwaukee 606. But everything in a blender, the Brewers hold the offensive edge as well. And I like Milwaukee at home in this matchup. Give me the Brewers on the alternate line of -1. Braves at Minnesota, Taylor Mahle versus Zebby Matthews. Mahle did not have a good start to the season, but we've seen him in previous seasons put together really good outings, and I think the change of scenery was good for him. He was dealt to the Braves at the deadline, and both of his starts in a Braves uniform have been quality starts against the Mets and the Yankees. He owns New York. I like him better than Zebby Matthews in this matchup. Matthews enters the arena with an ERA north of 5 and a 1.35 whip. Bullpen-wise, the Braves hold the advantage as well. They're 5th, Minnesota's 17th. In snapshot form, Atlanta's 8th, Minnesota's 12th. Offensively, the Braves are an A-. The Twins are a C+. In the last 30 days, Atlanta's operating 2% above the league average, Minnesota 2% below. And in the last 3 games, the Braves have a 510 OPS, Minnesota 721. I give the Braves a slight offensive edge here. The Braves hold every edge in this matchup, and they have a plus 117 run differential, and the season 3rd best in all of baseball, compared to Minnesota's -48. I'll take the Braves here on the money line. They're opened at -126. Chicago Civil War Chapter 2, White Sox and Cubs. No official starter yet for the White Sox. It's Kevin Gausman for the Cubbies. Not a good season for the Gausman. ERA that's uncharacteristically closer to 5 than to 4. He's had 2 games in the Cubs uniform, 1 quality start and 1 disaster, allowing 6 earned runs to the Nationals without making it out of the 5th inning. I say this every time I handicap him, and I'll keep saying it until I see something different. Kevin Gausman is a 2-pitch pitcher who relies heavily on his split finger, and when it's not working, he gets in massive trouble. And right now, Jack, it ain't working. Bullpen-wise, Chicago White Sox 19th, Cubs 20th, snapshot White Sox 22nd, Cubs 18th, no bullpen edge either way. Offensively, the White Sox are a B+ for the season. The Cubs are a B+. In the last 30 days, the White Sox 2% above average, Cubs 4% above. But in the last 3 games, the White Sox have a league-high 965 on base plus slugging. They just don't go away in games, man. They hit and they hit. Cubs 669 offensive matchup is a stalemate. I need to see who the White Sox are going to start. Check back tomorrow in the comments section check back Tuesday in the comments section after 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have my pick for this game as a pinned comment. Washington at Texas. It's rookie left-hander Jackson Kent making his 2nd career start For the Nationals, Washington fans, get ready for the Jackson Kent era. He'll be taking on veteran Cal Quantrill for Texas. Hey, that's Paul's kid. One major league start for Mr. Kent. He went 4 innings, walked 6 batters, and allowed 4 earned runs. Paul's kid is the better option, a 3.44 ERA and a 1.20 whip, both good enough numbers to get the job done, and he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 5 consecutive starts, making Paul very, very proud. Bullpen-wise, Washington 26th, Texas 15th. In snapshot form, Washington 29th, Texas 21st. The Rangers hold the edge. Offensively, the Nationals are an A-. The Texas is a C+. In the last 30 days, Washington 4% above average, Texas 3% below. In the last 3 games, the Rangers a 651 OPS, Nationals 560. Washington holds the edge. I don't see how Washington can pitch with Texas in this matchup, both in the starting pitching department and bullpen. And the Nationals' bats have cooled off quite a bit recently. Give me the Rangers on the alternate line of -1. Angels at Houston, George Klassen taking on Christian Javier, or CJ if you're in the whole brevity thing. 4 starts the major league level for Klassen, the 24-year-old West Bend, Wisconsin native, has a 5.52 ERA across 14 2/3 innings and an almost unthinkable 2.11 whip, meaning he's allowing 2.11 base runners every inning. In 6 starts but 10 appearances, Christian Javier is having a career bad year, a 6.68 ERA for him and a 1.70 whip. I can't give the edge to either one of these jabronis. Bullpen-wise, Angels 24th, Astros 7th. Snapshot form, Angels 18th, Astros 6th. Houston holds the edge. Offensively, Angels a D+, Houston a B-. Last 30 days, Angels swinging the sticks 10% below average. Astros 2% above. In the last 3 games, the Angels have a 496 OPS, Astros 779. Houston holds the edge. The Angels are tough to back in any situation, especially with a young pitcher who started so poorly. Take the Astros here on the run line. In the last game, we're looking at the Dodgers at the Rockies. Eric Lauer taking on Ryan Feltner. Not my favorite option to back in the Dodgers rotation is Lauer. The 31-year-old southpaw enters the arena with a 4.67 ERA and a 1.24 whip. It has won 7 of the 13 decisions he's factored into, which is not good enough with this Dodgers lineup and bullpen behind him. But he's the better option over old Ryan Feltner, poor son of a bitch, an ERA closer to 6 than to 5, a 1.48 whip. In his last 2 starts, he has walked more batters than he's struck out. Bullpen-wise, Dodgers have it there too. They're 2nd, Rockies 30th, snapshot Dodgers 2nd, Rockies 28th. Offensively, Dodgers an A- on the season. Rockies are B-. In the last 30 days, the Dodgers swinging the sticks 1% above league average. Colorado 2% above. In the last 3 games, the Dodgers are 592 on base plus slugging. Rockies 688, but the Dodgers hold the edge. I like LA here on the run line. Have a great day, Jungle Nation. Thank you for all of your support. Make sure you're subbed up to the channel and hit that like button if you don't mind. It helps our community grow. We are the fastest growing sports betting movement in the Western Hemisphere. Get aboard the jungle train, Jack, or get run over by it. I will see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.